Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the OUA Basketball Show. My name is Griffin Porter. We've got a great show for you today, a great interview with a guy that I really enjoyed getting to talk to. So it was a bit of a longer one. So why don't we get straight into our recap here? We'll start on the women's side where we saw some interesting results last weekend. Brock, they got back to their winning ways with victories over Windsor and Western. That last win against the Mustangs, a dramatic 3-point victory. They really needed those two wins down in St. Catharines, and they're now above 500 again. Speaking of teams that got some wins that they could really use, Ottawa picked up back-to-back 20-point victories, 20-plus point victories, I should say, over Waterloo and Laurier. The Gigi's starting to find their groove, as we all knew that they would. And the Guelph Griffins, they just keep winning as well. They racked up a couple of W's against Toronto and McMaster to improve to 7-2 on the season. Certainly a team to keep an eye on out in Guelph. Over on the men's side, Brock beat Windsor 77-75 in a competitive game. Laurentian pulled off a huge win against Queens that saw four of their starters score 17 or more points. The Gales' struggle continue on this early season. And the Voyageurs now sit at 5-4 on the year after their win last night against the Lakers. So Laurentian now above 500 and hoping to keep that momentum going. Meanwhile, Lakehead appears to have figured out their early season blip as they've now won 4 in a row, including a 1-point win over Guelph, as they rallied down by 5 with 60 seconds left on the clock. But the big story on the men's side right now has to be the Western Mustangs, who now sit at 8-0 on the season, the last undefeated team in the men's standings. And I had a great chat with one of their leaders, Milan John, but as he quickly told me, all of his friends call him Tiny. So I called him Tiny a little bit. Please check it out. My guest today, a man who has been a huge part of the Western Mustangs, right now looking like the best team in all of Ontario, Milan John. Milan, thank you so much for coming on the OUA Basketball Show.
I appreciate you having me. This is super dope.
Yeah, well, that means the world to me. Thank you. You told me to call you Tiny. Everyone calls you Tiny, so I'm going to do that. Even though, like we said, I think you can probably back me down in the post. So I'll take the Tiny name by the end of this, but why don't we start a little bit with you, because I want to talk about the whole team and the great start that you guys have gotten off to. But let's start with your fantastic start. Right now, you're fifth in the OUA in scoring. I don't know if you check that kind of thing. I do. I check that kind of thing, so don't worry.
Sometimes.
How would you describe? We're 8 games in. If you're just doing a little bit of self reflection on your own season, how are you looking at it so far?
Well, yeah, like getting off the little hot start was definitely needed. Losing a bunch of guys in the past couple of years, like some roles open up, and you gotta try to find a way to make up all those points that we're missing, and kind of just do that little extra things on the court and stuff. So, yeah, I was just kind of trying to play my game, and I have guys that find me open shots and whatnot, and just kind of getting me going first, which is amazing. Like I couldn't have even have asked for much more, and I don't know. I worked quite hard this summer just to get to where I want. I didn't think I was shooting efficiently last year in my 9 games that I played. Um, Efficiently enough, and my goal this summer was to just get to my spots and kind of just put up better shots, more so than just shooting the ball, because I think that's what I was kind of doing last year, and I don't know. I feel like it's shown this year, just kind of more efficient. So that was my goal all year. But it's pretty cool to be where I'm at. But knowing it's a long season, we got a long road ahead. A little tough 3-game stretch coming up. So we're gonna have to handle those and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely cool. It's definitely cool, I will say.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it because, yeah, I mean, you mentioned you guys obviously had some big names this summer, Noah chief among them. And we were talking a little bit before we started recording about you sticking around during the summer. And I think you just mentioned it just there with a couple of your teammates. What did that do for you guys? Obviously, you're from out in BC,
Yeah.
so not going home for the summer, staying in London. What did that do for you?
So me, Imran, Ty. Emmanuel. Who else was here? Joe, Owen. Those were like a couple of the guys that were kind of in town or in the area.
So a
But
lot of the team bought in.
yeah, a good chunk of us are like a couple of us are from some of these guys are from London, so it's like it's easy for them to get to places and our scrimmages and our lifts and stuff. But yeah, me, Imran, and Ty really bought in this summer. I was like made the decision to stay. I'm going into my fourth year, or I'm in my fourth
Yeah.
year right now. So I thought it was a good idea just to kind of like lock in. I got a job here too, so that was kind of like
Oh, good for
easy
you.
for me. My parents were like, "If you're gonna stay, you need a job." So I was like, "I'm gonna definitely get a job." But yeah, just the chemistry we were able to build throughout the summer. We're already like tight. I played with these guys for 3 years prior to this, so kind
Yeah.
of just building on top of what we already had. We had some amazing vets like my first year, second year. So like just kind of get into that role and I don't know. It was definitely like a summer that we needed, and I think
Mhm.
we really thought by doing this it would help the team chemistry and stuff. And I think you can kind of see it on the court. Like we kind of already know where each other are at most points in the game and stuff. So lots to clean up still, of course, but off to a solid start, which is nice. But yeah, that definitely helped like our attribute to our success this year is just being bought in. And yeah, I think it's pretty dope that we had the opportunity to stay and kind of just keep building on what we were trying to keep building last year.
Yeah, well, clearly so far so good. It's working out.
Definitely.
Uh, and you, we mentioned you're off to the hot start, the bigger role, and all that. I'm curious. You've obviously known Coach Campbell a long time, a legendary figure in OUA
100%.
basketball. How does he sort of approach you at the start of the season? Because you're taking on a bigger role this year. You're playing more minutes than we've ever seen you play. You're taking more shots than we've ever seen you take. Is that something that he sort of sits you down and tells you he wants to see from you, or does it just sort of happen in the flow of the game?
Honestly, it kind of just happens. Like, I feel like last year we had Noah, great scorer, one of the best, probably the best scorer in my opinion in the country. We
Yeah.
had Mikhail, great scorer. We had Lucas Sheets, and we have Mateo. Um, and like I'm like trying to do my thing, and so like Noah, Mikhail leave. It's kind of like okay, I have to kind of step into a bigger role. Going into my fourth year, especially knowing the system, it kind of just happened. And coach has been encouraging, just telling me to keep doing my thing. All my teammates telling me to shoot, like they're finding me. So it's like I'm just trying to give them an assist or something. So just knock it down when I can, and if I have to, I'll create for myself. But yeah, like coach has definitely just been telling me to do my thing, and I think my second year was definitely more of like a 3-and-D guy, just out there to play some defense, hit my open shots and stuff. But I think he saw a little bit of a glimpse kind of in my end of second, start of my third year. And then I guess I just kind of kept going, got the ball a little bit more, got a better shots, a little more efficient. And I think he just said, keep rolling. So I'm going to keep rolling and do the little things I can and try to knock down some more shots.
Awesome. We've talked about you guys are the last undefeated team in the OUA. You're 8-0 to start the season, looking like the best team in the province right now. Just from someone like me who hosts a show about the entire OUA, I always have to try and make a conscious effort. Like, don't just talk about the OUA East the whole time. You got lots of great programs out there. Don't
100%.
just talk about TMU. Do you guys feel like out in Western, like, do you feel overlooked a little bit? Do you think you're getting the respect you deserve? Hopefully, you will as the season keeps going. But does that bother you? Do you feel that at all?
Honestly, it's never really bothered me or anybody on the team. Like, I feel like we all know what we're capable of every day in practice. We work hard. Um, Everyone's pretty bought in this year, like to what we're doing. I know you can tell we're running a zone, so that's it's a little different than what most teams do. But
Yeah.
uh, it's I don't think we really look at too much of the stuff. Like no matter what, being the number two team in the country, you're gonna get everybody's best game, and I think that's what we prepare for every week, no matter who the opponent is. Because at the end of the day, it is basketball. Everybody that plays in youth sports can hoop. So it's not like you can't get beat on any given night. So we really got
Right.
to make sure we're preparing, not really listen to any outside noise, because in anywhere you're going to be, there's going to be some talk, but at the end of the day, we just got to get to practice every day, get to our lifts, and just keep rolling. Like at the end of the day, the work we put in is going to show, and I think it's been showing. So we just got to keep building on what we've been doing and stuff, and not really focus on any outside noise. Because at the end of the day, it's the guys that are at practice, our coaching staff, our like just our staff in general, our stats guys. Like that's really all that matters for us and stuff, and just keep building from that.
That's awesome. Well, Tiny, time's been flying by here. I wanted to ask you even more, but you've been giving such great answers.
Of
I want to
course.
ask you about your clutch free throws against
Yeah,
Mac this weekend, but
ask
that's okay.
away, ask away.
All right. We got. I'll squeeze two more quick
I have a lot
questions
of
in.
time, so don't worry.
Okay.
I'm
All
good.
right.
I'm good to
Yeah.
be here for as long as you need.
But don't take me up on that.
Hey, I'm having
Um,
fun, so just
okay, good.
ask
All
away.
right. Well then, yeah, we'll squeeze that in. Clutch. You hit those clutch free throws to ice the game against McMaster. That was one of your tightest wins this season.
Yeah.
All due respect to those Marauders. How, do you like having the ball in your hands at the end of the game? Is that something that you've always thrived on?
Yeah, so like just speaking on that Mac game, we're definitely like we're having a tough offensive game,
Yeah,
and past years it hasn't really been the case. Just like our defense kind of held it down for us, and that was like kind of our struggles in the past. But yeah, I don't know. It just the ball wasn't really falling in our direction, but like we had to find a way to win, and I think good teams find a way to win no matter what. And
100%.
we like I like to say we thugged it out, so we made it happen. But yeah, like at the end of the game, I took the mid range shot, and I think I front rimmed it or back rimmed it or something, and I kind of knew it was going short already. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go grab this. So I went up for the
Hmm.
rebound. I got fouled, might have traveled, who knows. Um, but I got
No,
fouled
no
nevertheless.
review. No
No
replay.
review and no UA, so I'll take it. I shot my two free throws. I hit the first like that set of free throws, and then I think the
Yeah, then you had
next
another
yeah
set.
the next another set like Imran inbounded the ball, and I was dribbling. I was actually gonna give it back to him, but then I didn't think they were gonna like. It didn't feel like a foul when they fouled me, but I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
like I'm a solid free throw shooter. I don't mind going to shoot these. First one I go up, I'm like, oh yeah, I shoot it and it's toilet bowl and it rolls off the front rim. I'm like, that really just messed up my free throw percentage, man. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. And I work a lot on my free throws this year, so
Yeah.
like that's something I wanted.
Best
So
percentage of your seasons
yeah,
or of your career so far.
definitely. So that's something I worked on a lot this summer. And then second one, I just knew like I knew that was going in, so I just shot it. But credit to our defense on that last play. Like Ty coming up with the huge rebound to just seal it, and Imran just smart play to just throw it down the court, just let the time run out. But yeah, like we just needed to get that win, and by any means necessary, I could have 0 points and we win the game. I'll be happy. So I'm
Yeah.
honestly just trying to just keep winning and just keep building. So I think that was just a gritty win, and that showed a lot. I think of our team and stuff and what we can do. And then next day we come out and play super well. So kind of just like the battle of two. Like we just got to keep playing well, honestly, and just stick to our game and stuff. So
Yeah. I just got to correct myself. Not quite the best percentage of your career so far, but you're making more than you've ever made, and you'll get.
100%
I'm sure they'll fall. Um, yeah,
praying.
that's awesome. I love hearing you walk through that specific play like that. That's fantastic. We won't get you to talk about the Queens win, but I know you guys must be
You
proud of
know,
that one.
I
Western
love that
Queens.
one. You know, I love that one.
That one felt good, I bet. But just
A
before I
hundred
let you go,
percent.
Tiny, I just want to let you know you talked about that a little bit already about getting every team's best shot. You guys are ranked number 2 in the entire country. You're 8-0. Does like, do you feel that at all? Being 8-0, being undefeated, does that the longer you go undefeated, is that going to be more pressure to stay that way, or is it just one game at a time?
Honestly, it's just one game at a time, one practice at a time. Do our best to prepare every week. Like I think our preparation, excuse me, for the past couple of weeks have been amazing. just going through scouting stuff and zoning in on guys that we need to zone in on. And so, yeah, I don't think anybody's too caught up on the rankings. They're just a number, and I think we can always get better. And I don't feel like I feel like we all know we can get to somewhere like a higher level. So every day we're trying to work on that and not really too focused about kind of the rankings and stuff. But yeah, like every team's trying to win, so we're definitely not trying to lose at any point. But yeah, just the prep we do every week is gonna prepare us, and we go from there, game by game, practice by practice, and stuff. So yeah, I think I don't really feel like we need to put that pressure on ourselves. Because at the end of the day, we're just gonna go out there and play our game. We prepare. We do this every day, so it's not something new for the guys. I guess being ranked for sure, but we just got to go play and pray that we prepared enough, and and I think coach's game plan is always good. He's very smart guy. He's very
Yeah.
smart guy. So uh,
Yeah, that's we can tell that from afar.
right. So he's definitely putting in implementing stuff that is helping us win these games. But yeah, definitely solid. You can ask me as many questions as you want. By the way, like I'm good
Oh,
to
I
go
know,
for
but
another.
I appreciate that. But I think this is already, I think, probably the longest
Oh,
interview we've ever done here on the show because it's
amazing.
been so great talking to you. So I got to call it there. We
Appreciate it.
got the the OUA time limit to keep to. So
100%.
not really, but thanks so much, Tiny. It's really been great talking to you.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much. Hey, I just want to shout out. Love you, mom. Love you, dad. Shout out Emmy,
Oh,
number one assist in the country right there. So there you go. And Ty
yeah,
Cody. There you go.
yeah. Well, maybe yeah. Later in the season, maybe we can have a whole group of you guys on. That would
Yeah,
be fun.
let me know.
All
That'd
right.
definitely be cool.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Tiny.
Of course. Have a good one.
My thanks again to Tiny for being such a fantastic guest. I know that was a little longer than our interviews normally go, but when you got a guest who's opening up like that and giving such incredible insight, you just sort of have to keep it rolling. So I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did, because that was one of my favorite guests of the show so far. And we have a lot of great guests, so that's really saying something. But for now, we got to get the heck out of here. So I'm just going to quickly give you your games to watch. Over on the men's side, you got Carleton, you got Ottawa, you got not Capital Hoops just yet, but it'll still be a pretty darn good game between those two teams. Over on the women's, I want another division rivalry as my game to watch, so I'm going to take Western and Windsor going head to head. Those two teams are jockeying for position in the standings right now. Two of the best offenses in the OUA, so that'll be a lot of fun to watch. Make sure you check out those games and the whole weekend's worth of action on OUA.tv, and we will see you next week on the OUA Basketball Show. My name is Griffin Porter. Thank you so much for watching.